FFB Stadium tonight in the Concacaf Nations League as we get to witness a play-in round first leg between Belize and French Guiana. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, thrilled to have you with us. We're getting to the business end of the Concacaf Nations League. There's no questions about that. Really excited to see how this one plays out. Of course, it's the first of two legs between Belize, who are really strong in their Nations League campaign in League C, against the French Guiana side that were very competitive and very, very tough to beat as well in League A. This is the Belize journey to get to this point, and as you can tell by the results, they were immaculate in their journey in League C in this CONCACAF Nations League campaign. Not only did they win every single game, they were so strong defensively along the way. And we talked about it, French Guiana did not get the chance to stay in League A. They were relegated, but my goodness, did they give some of the top teams in CONCACAF a very, very hard time in a very competitive League A campaign. You saw the results there. And again, French Guiana, yes, they only accumulated 1 point, but you just look back at the results. So many one-goal games, games that went back and forth, lead changes, and in the end, French Guiana not able to do enough to get enough results. But don't let that scoreline and don't let those results fool you. French Guiana are a very, very strong side, and we expect to see quite a bit from them this evening. And again, on the other side of the coin with Belize, they've also been very, very strong to this point. 9 goals scored, none conceded, as they were immaculate in Group B play in League C. They went 4 wins out of 4 against the likes of Anguilla and Turks and Caicos. So here on home soil for this first leg tonight, they will expect, even against tough opposition, to come through and get a result, which they'll hope to take on the road in the second leg, and of course get the big goal, if you will, out of this play-in round, which is of course a spot in the Gold Cup prelims. It's really a nice added dose of drama, really, to the CONCACAF Nations League. And again, after this one will be played tonight, the second leg will be played in Paramaribo in Suriname to decide which of these two teams will qualify for a chance at really making an impact in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. And again, the winner of these two legs, over the two legs I should say, gets into the Gold Cup prelims. So there'll still be some work to do to get to the 2025 Gold Cup. But to get on the path, it really starts tonight. And two teams who, again, showed really well in their respective group stages clash here tonight. And we'll see, as you see the fans still filing in here at the FFB Stadium in Belmopan. Can Belize take advantage of the home field advantage tonight? They did so well here in the group phase of the CONCACAF Nations League. They're going to need to recreate some of that magic tonight if they're going to have a good chance of going to Suriname in just 5 days' time and potentially pulling off a bit of an upset here and knocking out a very talented and promising French Guiana side. Both of these teams have had history in the Gold Cup. Both have made it to the Gold Cup proper on one prior occasion. They're hoping tonight can continue the journey to a return to the CONCACAF Gold Cup in 2025. Teams are about to walk out and have their procession. We'll step aside for now. We'll have the anthems, followed by the starting lineups and the kickoff between Belize and French Guiana in this play-in first leg. Now a wonderful rendition of both countries' national anthems as we get closer and closer to kickoff between Belize and French Guiana here in the capital city of Belmopan. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, thrilled to have you along for the ride tonight in the Concacaf Nations League. First leg between these two in the play-in round. Chance to book a place in the 2025 Gold Cup prelims. Let's dive into the starting lineups for both teams. Carlos Slusher and Belize are set up like this. Plenty of Verdes FC players in this 11. It's worth mentioning that because Verdes FC plays here at the FFB Stadium alongside the national teams. The likes of Christian Lopez and Jordi Polanco, Najib Guerra, Daryl Maivet, and others are in very familiar territory. They know the surface, they know the area. They play on this patch of grass all the time for their club and for their country. That home field advantage really runs deep in that Belize 11. Kayler Herrera leads an all Costa Rican officiating crew for this one tonight in Belize. You look at the captains there. Charles Tillett, who's had a wonderful campaign in the Nations League so far, captains the side in goal for Belize. And on the other side of the coin, on Durbano's French Guiana side, Thomas Van Keziel captains the side for the visitors tonight. It'll be very, very important. It was very good, I must say, in the group stage. One thing to point out here, though, is Durbano, the head coach, very short on reinforcements tonight. Just 3 available substitutes and only 2 available outfield players. So there's going to be a little bit of added pressure on the French Guiana starting 11 tonight to get the job done, knowing that there isn't much left for them in reinforcements and substitutions, of course, on the bench. So Urbano is going to have to hope that the 11 on the pitch can do quite a bit of the business tonight. Off we go in this Concacaf Nations League play-in first leg in Belize. It is Belize, the hosts, kicking from left to right in their home whites with the blue shoulders and the red trim. French Guiana, the visitors, and I would add, slight favorites, are in green with a light green trim. These two teams have quite a bit of history between them. Belize, and in a stat that might surprise some people, actually lead the all-time series between these two, and are hoping that history can repeat itself again here tonight. Over the last 5 years, these two teams have met pretty often, and Belize, over those 6 prior meetings, have 3 victories to French Guiana's 2. There is a draw in that mixture as well. So again, tight overall, but Belize do hold the slight edge in the all-time series. And they'll get the advantage here, as it'll be a throw-in to the hosts on the near side. Just to add to how close the meetings have been, Belize have outscored French Guiana just 6 goals to 5 in the 6 prior meetings. So pretty much all of the prior encounters have been relatively tight. And over 2 legs, as we all know, follow the beautiful game, everything's on the table. Lots of crazy things can happen. You play the same team, home and away. And again, we talked about it. Belize, in their immaculate start to the Nations League, is going to be tested tonight. 4 wins out of 4, 9 goals scored, none conceded in their Group B encounters in League C. Particularly here at home in Belmopan, Belize have been very, very difficult to deal with. That's the test that French Guiana are going to have to try to stand up to tonight. As competitive as they were in the League A group stage, and they were facing some of the top teams we have in CONCACAF, were not as successful on the road at times, although again, they nearly pulled off a couple of really impressive surprises, which is why counting them out in a play-in scenario like this tonight is not necessarily encouraged. That's going to take a friendly bounce and stay in here for Belize on the near side. And the cross into the middle does take a deflection, and the hosts have a corner on the near side. It was well worked by Horace Avila on the near side. So Avila's strong work will lead to a Jordi Polanco set piece. One of the Verdes FC boys will look to put this in a dangerous area. Polanco's service goes towards the back stick, and it's headed down into a dangerous area. And the spinning attempt may have taken a deflection on the way through. That was Eugene Martinez spinning and shooting in very quick time. Looked like it was blocked. And Belize will get a second opportunity from a corner from the same exact position. Polanco eyes it up and aims for pretty much the exact same spot. And it was another good header down into a dangerous part of the penalty area. But French Guiana are going to win a free kick to alleviate the early pressure inside of 5 minutes. Fair play to Polanco. His consistency was certainly on full display, and it was a decent attempt by Martinez. Give credit to French Guiana's defense. They get enough behind the ball to deflect what was a vicious spin and shot out of play. Goes back to Belize on the near side. As you look at Thomas Van Kayziel, plays for Hartford Athletic in the American Second Division USL Championship. His team had a great surge at the end of the season. The shot has a chance to come in here. Wasn't too far away. That was Krishan Lopez, another Verdes FC player. Don't want to give him too much time and space. This is what Belize love to do, especially here in Belmopan. They want to put on the early pressure. If they can get an early advantage, they want to add on to that. Quickly putting French Guiana's defense to the test. Third corner already. And it's a really good ball in, but it's well read. The French Guiana goalkeeper, Jean-Brunel Petithomme, is able to come up with it. Petithomme is going to have to step up tonight as well in goal for French Guiana. Remember, only 3 substitutions available to French Guiana. So I do wonder, Carlos Slusher, when he saw the team sheets, he told his team, get after them and tire them out. Because if we do, they don't have much to look back at the bench at. Just 2 outfield players available for French Guiana tonight. And, of course, a backup goalkeeper, Edouard Joseph. Other than that, it's a midfielder, Jocelyn Intanash, and Marius Kago, a defender. And Belize could be in here. Petithomme able to make the stop. It was a great cross into the middle. Avila forcing the issue. We talked about just a second ago how important the goalkeepers are going to be tonight, particularly for French Guiana. And that's a critical early stop and recovery. One part about a potential Belize strategy of being very aggressive early on and going after them. It's one of those things where, can they be balanced in that strategy, really? And by that I mean, can you be aggressive and go after French Guiana without overcommitting, potentially opening yourself up to a counterattack up the other end? There's multiple teams from Ligue A were caught out at times by French Guiana's pressure, and there could be a chance on here. That's a giveaway. French Guiana can certainly hit in transition. It's a good layoff, and the ball across was touched out of harm's way with 2 green shirts queuing up right around the penalty spot. And the first real test for the Belize back line is passed. Well, it was just as we alluded to. Can you show that you can be the aggressor while maintaining a stalwart defense? Well, French Guiana are now putting that to the test. Van Keziel lays it off. Torvik continues the attack. Alonso Essa plays the ball across, and again it was up for grabs. But Belize do enough to clear it. And it's well recovered at the back for a reset for French Guiana. But now then, off a takeaway, can Belize hit in transition? They're going to settle for a throw-in on the near side. Avila continuing to try and make things happen on the near side. Thomas Torvik had to get back in position to defend for the visitors. Oh, that was good pace, trying to move that forward. Alonso Essa on this near side, 7 in green. He's going to be a player to watch tonight. No questions about that. Talked about Jordi Polanco just a moment ago. For Belize, he's been their leading goal scorer in this Nations League campaign so far. 4 tallies when he's hit the back of the net. But in a play-in round such as this is the first leg, of course, but we're gonna hope for either side, whoever you support, the big players, the big goal scorers, come up with the goods tonight and take an advantage back to Suriname for the second leg. It was a tough early 5 or 6 minutes for French Guiana, but seemingly they're starting to find their footing here. Good switch of play onto the near side. Peter Damis. Flipped up ahead by Latar. Lovely first touch into the penalty area here. Nozil, can he take the ball with him? Not quite. Ends up running out of room, and Belize have a chance briefly. At the other end, it was Carlos Bernardez nearly sneaking in. Referee has deemed that he committed a foul trying to get to the ball. Nearly put French Guiana in a very awkward position defensively there. Ball is sliced through, and again, Damis with a really good searching ball across, but nobody took the chance to make a run for French Guiana. Jim Guerra is going to get it clear for Belize, who then very quickly give the ball away. Was there a follow-through? Yes, there was. As the ball was released, French Guiana awarded a set piece. It's a late challenge that comes in there. Referee all over it, and it's a good set piece opportunity here. The player down is Thomas Torvik. Got the brunt of what was a tardy challenge. Yanis Latar is going to stand over this. Van Keziel not far away either. I think he's just giving words of either encouragement, strategy, or maybe a little bit of both. Well, they've already had plenty of half chances in the first 12 and a half minutes. Could this be the first real chance? Letard goes for goal. And Charles Tillett, who's had multiple clean sheets in the Nations League group stage already, Makes rather easy work of that. And sends his team out on the front foot for only a couple of moments. Great recovery by French Guiana. Not only that, they get the throw in on top of it. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Both of these teams have made it once before to the group stage in Concacaf Gold Cup history. For Belize, it was back in 2013. Unfortunately, they did lose all three of their group stage games, and it was a similar fate for French Guiana in their only prior appearance. That was back in 2017. They made the group phase, but they did lose all three of their group stage encounters. Ooh, this is gonna slide all the way through. Goalkeeper doesn't get there. And Belize, oh, they missed the chance. Second opportunity to flash it across, and again, it's just wide. Two chances that were tantalizingly close across the face of goal. Horace Avila and the Belize players can't believe their luck. And Petit Home is lucky that he didn't allow this to go in. He didn't quite get it right. As he dives to try to get to the ball, he doesn't get there. Belize allowed to play on. The first attempt just misses. And then Avila back across. Nobody from either side touched it. Closest call of the night for either side. And quite literally, hands on heads around the Belize contingent, maybe a few, watching on the French Guiana bench as well. Well, an early, let's say, heart-in-mouth moment. A moment that comes after a really good spell from French Guiana as well. They were really starting to get a foothold and get a little bit of control back in the game, and they nearly conceded the opening goal seconds after that. That's a lovely ball onto this near side, but Belize recover well and force a reset. The tart out to the far side. Oh, lovely little touch and turn down the far sideline here. Can French Guiana respond? It's a good reverse ball. Cheeky little flick on the edge of the penalty area. Belize all over it defensively. And can the ball be kept in on the far side? It is kept in, but French Guiana had the situation under control and are back in possession. And the ball is well shepherded out for a goal kick. Fans appreciate that defensive effort, and Belize can collect themselves. Well, from the angle we had of it, that first attempt that flashed across the face of goal, it had at least an inkling of a chance that it could have maybe hit off the post and go in, but it flashed just wide of that, stayed in, of course, and then Avila not quite able to pick out a teammate on what was a really good second chance cross. Here's the last sequence. Ooh, not the best of challenges there from Latarn. It's allowed Belize to get a free kick. It's going to be clipped right into the penalty area, but French Guiana have it covered. And they are able to clear it, and they're able to find a teammate on the far side as well. Augustin Kwasiba holds up the play very nicely indeed. And the ball out to this near side, however, was behind its intended target, Alonso Essa. And it ends up being a giveaway to Belize at the very end of it. Well, French Guiana sit off a little bit with their press, and Belize take full advantage of it. They play their way through here. Cross into the middle is blocked out for a corner. Well, French Guiana had really shown some promising moments with their press, and the one time that they gave Belize a little bit of space, Carlos Slusher's side played right through them. Guerra takes the corner quickly. That's bent into the middle, a bit of an unorthodox clearance, but it gets the job done. Now there's Polanco, who's been pacing Belize in goals so far in the Nations League. Bit of an awkward coming together there, couple of pushing and shoving moments after that. And when the dust settles, it looks like French Guiana have been awarded a free kick. Oh, it wasn't just a heavy challenge. It was a bit of a follow-through there from Krishan Lopez, and that's what the foul was given for. And then there was a little bit of afters. One player from either side getting involved as the play continued. In the end, I think the referee, quite rightly, was waiting to see if French Guiana were going to gain any kind of advantage from that. They didn't, and so he brought it back for the free kick. At the end of all that, Belize will reset as we approach the 20-minute mark. We've already had a couple of twists and turns already in this first leg of the Concacaf Nations League play-in round. Remember, the winner over 2 legs goes to the Gold Cup prelims. Of course, we've had already some big results from earlier in the night. St. Vincent and the Grenadines beating Montserrat, and that's cleared away. We can also tell you that there was a bit of an upset earlier in the evening. St. Kitts and Nevis winning 2-1 over Cuba. That's another play-in round. Still a big second leg to go, but the Sugar Boys, who of course qualified for the group stage of the last Gold Cup through the prelims, trying to do the same thing again this time, 2 years later. Nozil into the middle, and it's scooped up by Tillett. That was very, very comfortably done in what looked to be a very treacherous situation. Well, Charles Tillett has been so strong, so sure of himself, really, and that has to be up there for one of the top attributes you can have as a goalkeeper. You have to be confident. And of course, you have to be a very strong communicator as well. And Charles Tillett has just checked off all the boxes for Belize in this Nations League campaign. He really has done well. Right idea down this near side, too much on it. And possession is conceded back to the hosts. Look there at the early possession numbers, and French Guiana have edged it. It was that probably 10-minute span from minute 5 to minute 15 where French Guiana really started to establish themselves in the match, but Belize have come the closest. 2 opportunities that flashed across the face of goal with no finishing touch. Long throw in, and it's going to be headed out of play, and Belize will have yet another corner to work with. I think that's the 4th of the half already. Well, Jordi Polanco will give it another shot here. Blame right down the middle. And it was a really good attempt at a header, but it flew over the top and out of play off the noggin of Eugene Martinez, who had the spinning attempt earlier. Well, the service from Jordi Polanco continues to be strong. Goalkeeper doesn't come for it. And Martinez, good attempt, just couldn't put it on target. Belize will bring this forward again. Oh, and they nearly played their way through. They still might here. That's really good hold-up play. More white shirts joining in. This is played into the penalty area, and almost like time froze for a second as Avila jumped up to get there, hung in the air for quite a few seconds there, showing his athleticism. The ball was just a fraction too firm on the entry into the penalty area. More promising plays, though, and build-up, really, from Belize in these opening nearly 25 minutes of action. When you look back at French Guiana's group stage play, they were in Group B in Ligue A with the likes of Jamaica, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Nicaragua. I mean, these are some of the top nations we have in this region. The biggest issue was, again, holding on to leads. I think that's definitely something that should be mentioned. They played in so many back and forth games where they had a lead in the second half, but then lost it. The other part of that, too, goes to the fact that there was a little bit of inconsistency on the defensive end. They gave up the joint most goals in the group with 7. So those are some of the things that this group is going to have to improve on over these 2 legs if they're going to get through. So as we've already seen, in this first half of the first leg, Belize are not going to be shy about coming up with attacking opportunities. Ooh, and after a tussle there, the foul is going to go French Guiana's way. They're going to get a set piece from a very similar spot in which they had one earlier in the half. It was Latar who took the effort on. It was almost from the exact same spot as the earlier attempt. He stands over it again. He went for goal last time, and until it didn't have too much trouble with it. But now, Alonesa, he took charge over it. And Tillett really had to make a save that time. That was really fired in. Cross comes back in, cleared away, and an overhead volley back into the penalty area is headed onto this near side. French Guiana keep the ball in play for a moment, and they'll settle for a throw-in. Well, another look. Lantanessa was the late arriver to take that set piece, and he absolutely smashes this right on target as well, and Tillett was able to just about deal with that and get it out of harm's way. That was traveling. Corner for French Guiana on the far side now to work with. Ozil will take it short. Now he'll go to the byline, and the ball went out of play. Well, again, the idea was there. The execution not so much. Bit of a wasted opportunity for French Guiana, and the attack ends there. Well, set pieces, they always are important, especially in knockout stage play. And this is essentially a knockout tie in this play-in round. Got to take advantage of opportunities when you get them from set piece play, especially away from home. Oh, and that was a very late challenge. My goodness. Referee was going to allow play to continue, but now he has brought it to a halt. Polanco got the worst of that. Well, live, it looked very, very late. Referee might have to assess the scene before reaching a verdict on maybe a card here. Well, Belize are just going to get on with it for now. Well, we did not see if a yellow card came out or not. Be a bit surprised if it didn't. Belize, though, not wasting any time. Again, they want to get back on the ball and create more chances. They nearly did there. And they'll reset with nearly half an hour gone in Belmopan. And that ball clipped onto the far side. He's going to bounce out of play. Now French Guiana's turn to try to create something in transition. Zil wants it. It's going to fizz past him. Alantuesa dispossessed. And it's cleared back up towards midfield. Oh, that was an opportunity to clip that into the penalty area. Brave defending from Belize, and they get the ball back. But then it's a bit wasteful up the other end, trying to maybe thread the needle. You have the likes of Bernardes and Krishan Lopez and throw in Avila. Oh, that could have made an impact on that, but in the end, French Guiana back in possession. But maybe one too many dribbles, and Belize have the ball back. And it's a lovely cut inside. The hosts are in! Oh, and the shot is wide. Carlos Bernardes nearly brought the roof down on this place. My goodness. The fans were ready to absolutely explode. But he puts the shot wide of the target. Another look. He does so well. He cuts back onto his left, and Bernardes hits it with the outside of his right boot, and he cannot hit the target. I must say, it's a huge missed opportunity. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. He could not put it on target. And Belize are going to rue that missed chance if they don't come out with a result tonight. Oh, you feel for Carlos Bernardes. He's probably replaying it in his mind as we speak of what he could have done differently. But the chance is gone, and Belize will have to go back to the drawing board. And of course, this is the other part of what's been a rapid developing story in this first leg. Jean-Bonel Petit-Homme is the goalkeeper for French Guiana. He's being evaluated here. The problem here, of course, for those just joining us, is that French Guiana have only brought 3 substitutes with them tonight to Belmopan. 1 goalkeeper and 2 outfield players, a midfielder and a defender. If they have to use their goalkeeping substitution, which it doesn't appear that they're going to, at least not yet, that would leave French Guiana with only 2 changes left. And again, unforeseen circumstances happen, injuries and availability can impact competitions like this, but French Guiana don't have the normal contingent of players with them. Just to give you an idea of what the normal bench looks like, Belize tonight have 8 players on their bench who are available, a goalkeeper, and 7 outfield players. That's what a normal substitutes bench looks like on a night like this. French Guiana have a very small fraction of that. And Belize have a chance to get in behind here, and the shot's into the side netting. Well, that time it was Avila looking to take aim. To be fair, the angle was against him, but based on his reaction, he expected a bit more in the finish. Avila, again, does really well, wrestles past a challenge and just tried to sneak it past at the near post, but hit the outside of the netting. And I must say, French Guiana, last couple of moments here, rocking a bit at the back. They've allowed a one-on-one, and then they allow another close call with Avila down this near side. More Belize build-up play. Avila centrally. Now they'll replenish the possession, the hosts. Oh, lovely touch in field. Can Krishan Lopez maybe pick up the pieces? 10 minutes to go, plus stoppages left in the half. First leg of this Nations League play-in. A spot in the Gold Cup prelims. He's up for grabs. That ball is looped over the top. It's kept in really well by Avila. He tries to cut back to the byline. Cutting back again, and the delivery into the penalty area is headed away. Another cross comes in, and the header, this time from Letard, just about gets it out of harm's way. French Guiana trying their best to clear this away. And they do give up a throw-in on the near side. More and more pressure from the hosts. From the throw-in. Well, this time French Guiana do well to handle the situation, and as soon as I say that, they give the ball away to Polanco! And Polanco's shot is saved by Petit Home. Oh, did the ball maybe leak over the line there? Well, I think a corner has been awarded here. Another look at the shot. Oh, and the goalkeeper actually popped it up into the air, and it went over the line in the process. Now this ends up being a bit of a handout of a corner here. It should have been a comfortable catch, but Petit Home did not corral it. Polanco from the corner, it comes up short. Maybe a chance to recycle it. Polanco's available for a reset here. Casanova has time and space, and maybe went a little too early with the cross. Well, French Guiana starting to get pinned in their own end here. Another great ball across, played across again. And again, nobody in a white shirt could get a touch on the Polanco delivery, which flashed across the face. You cannot get much closer than Belize have been getting without scoring. Wonderful ball back in. And it's just out of the reach of not one, but 2 Belize attacking players in the middle. Here they come again. More pressure. And off a ricochet, it's out for another Belize corner. Well, French Guiana are in the eye of the storm right now. Belize just attack after attack over these last 10 minutes. Can the visitors survive the onslaught? Polanco again from a corner. I think it's the 5th or the 6th corner Belize have had in the half. And again, oh, it nearly went all the way through. I was going to say it almost came up short, but no one at the near post defended it for French Guiana, and it almost leaked through. Belize snuff out any initial transitional attack here, but then they give possession away to Van Kazeel. And then it's given back again to Belize as French Guiana are not able to play their way through. This ball's looped over the top, and I think the offside flag is up. The attack fizzles out. Goodness gracious, back and forth we go. Well, French Guiana's best chances have been from free kick opportunities. But are Belize gonna rue some of these missed chances? Up the other end, challenge came in defensively from Guerra. Looks like he does well, but it's at the expense of a corner. Can French Guiana capitalize after they just fended off 5 or 6 different waves of Belize build-up plays? Van Kazeel, the captain, will take charge. Oh, and it's a near post flick. That rainbows over the top and out. Was it Torvik? Went for the spectacular. At the near post, just flung a boot up at it, and it wasn't a million miles away. Charles Tillett, the way he's been playing at the minute, had it red all the way. Under 5 to play, plus stoppages in the half. It's been rather exciting for a 0-0. I think that's fair to say. Well, Belize have been coming so close time and again. Had one-on-one opportunities with the goalkeeper. 3 or 4 moments where they flashed the ball across the face of goal and just needed a touch on it, but no one could get there in time. They fluttered the ball out to the far side here. Another chance. And that ball had too much pace on it. But French Guiana are not able to clear it. And Belize, again, can try to create something here. Another great ball in! Oh, and at the back stick. It's just over the top and out. And Petit Home again, the goalkeeper for French Guiana, he's in some pain here. Before we touch on that, here's the cross again. 2 players in white queuing up. When you wonder, did Petit Home maybe get a touch onto that? And it looks like that is the outcome. So it is going to be another Belize corner, or at least Belize possession, with Polanco getting ready. And now the referee spots a problem with the netting here. It came a little bit dislodged on the bottom. That's a really good spot by our officiating crew. That's the last thing you want, is for a ball to go in a position where it wouldn't count. And of course, without VAR, chaos could ensue. Corner for Polanco. Right into the middle it goes! And it was headed down, but again, no final touch on it. Petit Home is again able to get on top of it in time. Well, Polanco continues to provide wonderful bits of delivery. It wasn't a clean header. And then off the ricochet, the French Guiana goalkeeper collapses upon it. Well, to say French Guiana have been playing with fire in this first half is an understatement. Starting to run out of fingers for the amount of good chances Belize have had in this first half, and they win another free kick here. Latar this time, not the best of challenges, and he was late. Another Belize set piece upcoming. That's into the penalty area. Oh, and the goalkeeper does enough. Petit home on Avila. He just about kept it away from him. Any further delay, and Avila would have had a real shot at target there at the very bare minimum. Boy, the service and the entry passes from Belize have just been really strong tonight. Haven't seen many errant passes that have been directed into the penalty area. Van Kazeel penalized. And again, Belize have possession in the dying embers of the half. Have to wait and see on stoppage time as well. Another look. I mean, this is pretty much pinpoint. And again, just a bit of a heavy touch from Avila. Maybe one or two Belize supporters looking for a penalty there, but I think Petit Home did enough. Haven't seen much from French Guiana in the attack in about 15 minutes. They've been pinned back in their own end. As we dive into 2 added minutes at the end of the half, the visitors finally can get a bit of a breather with a set-piece award. Now, what can the visitors come up with here? They take the set piece short. Torvik. And Letard just clipping it to the edge of the penalty area. The cross is blocked, but then it's given away. Foul is going to be called. Immediately, the assistant on the far side put his flag up, and that little wiggle of the flag indicates that there was a foul. Another look here. Krishan Lopez actually makes a bit of a mess of this, and well, the foul goes against Mikhail Colino. Well, Colino was nearly in. That's going to be a Belize throw on the near side. Final seconds of the half. Oh, lovely turn down this near side. Another good ball in. Too close to Petit Home, who gobbles it up. And that will likely take us to the halftime break. Goalkeeper smashes it up ahead. And as it goes out of play, the referee blows his whistle for the end of the half. Well, so many positives from a Belize perspective. So many close calls, but in the end, no goals to speak of between these two. Few early positives for French Guiana in the first maybe 20 minutes or so, but they were forced to defend for a vast majority of the half, and the plot thickens going into the second half of our first leg in this Concacaf Nations League play-in. Halftime in Belmopan. It is Belize 0, French Guiana 0. Sean St. Jacques back here with you, about to get the second half started in this Concacaf Nations League play-in first leg at the FFB Stadium in Belmopan, Belize. It is 0-0 between Belize and French Guiana with a very important 45 minutes still to go. Remember, there's going to be a second leg in 5 days' time in Paramaribo in Suriname, but there's still the business end of the first leg to see who could have the advantage going into that all-important play-in second leg with a place in the Concacaf Gold Cup prelims at stake. Referee blows the whistle, and the second half begins with French Guiana kicking from left to right in their green kits. Belize are in white with the blue shoulders. And, well, within 10 seconds of the start of the second half, the referee has to blow his whistle again as he spots an infraction. Well, in summation, the first half was very positive for Belize, everything but the end product. They had so many close calls, not able to take advantage of them. For French Guiana, some positives to build on, but they were pegged back so much on the defensive end, under so much pressure. They really struggled at times to get out of their own end towards the back end of that first half. And they improve at the start of the second half, and they nearly create a chance here inside of a minute. Player for Belize is down hurt, and Belize are going to just knock it out of play. That actually does give French Guiana a corner, I should mention. But it is also going to be a player for Belize will get some medical attention potentially here, or at least a moment to collect themselves. Well, the player down was Naeem Wilson. Now remember, because Belize wanted to see him get some attention, they actually conceded a corner. Can French Guiana take advantage of that? Oh, you know what? They do the sporting thing and they kick it out of play. And a well-deserved round of applause from the Belize supporters. That's a big tip of the cap to French Guiana for sportsmanship right there. They did not have to do that, but they did what many will believe, including myself, of course, the sporting thing in that position, and it's well deserved for a round of applause there. Now, once again, Belize look to provide some build-up play here, and they're going to get a chance to cross this into the middle. Krishan Lopez, can he come up with something here? He was available in the middle. Good hold-up play from Avila. And now there's a player down for French Guiana. And again, the ball is going to be kicked out of play. Well, every time a French Guiana player goes down tonight, there is going to be a little look back at the subs bench. And remember, French Guiana only have 2 outfield players remaining. It's because, of course, that's what they started the night with, and just 1 goalkeeper. And a second time, the sporting act from French Guiana gives it back to Belize, who knocked the ball out of play for that injury stoppage. After Avila did well on the far side, it's a good spread of the play. Maybe Avila can cross this into the middle. Oh, too close to the goalkeeper. Petit home again is able to make the catch after good work from Avila on the far side. And then Ozil does well just to make sure that Belize didn't get the ball back right away. And now French Guiana can turn upfield. They have some numbers. Oh, but Belize stifle the attack. Really well defended at the back, and the hosts regained possession. Early ball clipped to the edge of the penalty area, but too close to Petit home. And he rolls it out to restart things for French Guiana. And you might be able to tell as well that this crowd supporting Belize has grown as the match has continued on. More and more supporters have filed into the seats here at the FFB Stadium, providing us with another wonderful atmosphere in the Nations League. And for both of these teams trying to get back to the Gold Cup for a second time in their respective countries' histories, and Belize have a chance here. Again, Petit home is able to stop it, but I think the ball rolled out of play before we got there. Ends up being a goal kick. Now Bernardes, Hernandez, Lopez, Avila, Polanco, the list goes on and on. Krishan, Lopez, they're all trying to force the issue for Belize to get on top in this play-in first leg. And French Guiana, you can hear a couple of the players thought that he took a dive there, but it's going to be a Belize free kick. That was the aforementioned Krishan Lopez. And there was contact, but to the French Guiana point, there wasn't a ton of contact there. Guerra will take the free kick. It's essentially a short corner. He clips it in, but again, French Guiana do enough. Helped up field by Thomas Van Keziel. And then well defended on this near side, but it stays with the hosts. Remember, so far in the Nations League, Belize have won every game that they've played, and they haven't conceded any goals. Is that going to continue tonight? Chance there to thread the needle, but again, it's closed down. Belize will recycle the play after the clearance. Lopez had the chest control, but couldn't follow up. He's dispossessed. Well, not the best of challenges there from Guerra, and French Guiana will get a free kick. Van Keziel. Oh, a little nibble there. Not only is it a free kick, it's going to be a yellow card as well. And Peter Damis is shown a yellow. I believe that's the first yellow we've seen tonight. Can Belize find the breakthrough? And they've had the most chances. They've had the best chances so far tonight. They've been the better side. But as we mentioned earlier, French Guiana, you don't want to let them off the hook. If you're going to get a result, Belize have to be clinical at some point in the final third of this French Guiana side, even without as many substitutions available as they would like, are certainly capable of stealing the result here tonight. Tillet resets. Ball is clipped upfield, but, well, a rare moment where a long ball or a ball over the top was not placed well, and then Petit home played with a little bit of fire there. And then Belize will get a shot away. A shot that took a deflection. That time it was Hernandez letting it fly, and he wins a corner for Belize. Well, not the first time he's taken aim. It did take a deflection. And actually ended up going wider of the target because of that, but Belize will have another corner to work with, and this time Guerra will take it. Guerra's ball in goes over everybody's head. And French Guiana just about keep it in play. Can they play their way through and counterattack? The answer is a very swift no. And on the turn, another shot comes in, blocked on the edge of the penalty area. And French Guiana are not able to keep it in play on the far side. And Torvik runs out of room, gives up possession. Now, plenty of time for someone to make a name for themselves here tonight. More Belize pressure. And another attempt to just try to play through. He's cut out. But again, this is kind of how most of the first half went. Belize having constant pressure and possession, and French Guiana having to, well, defend to get themselves out of trouble. And it looks like it was last off of Nozil. It quickly goes back to Belize again. Bit of a marauding run here, but Christian Lopez is able to recycle the attack. Well, that time Avila, rare miscue from him. Gives possession back. We're swiftly approaching the hour. And if it finishes tied, of course, that'll just be the score that we take into the second leg. So can someone grab an advantage here to work with? Here come the hosts once more. Avila plays it centrally. It's a decent turn. It's crossed into the middle. Oh, and it's just enough on the defensive header to get it out of play for a corner. Bernardez, who would love nothing more than to make up for his earlier miss, was the target, but it was just nudged past him. And Belize have another corner upcoming. This was Polanco, lovely skill. And again, just enough on that defensive header to just cushion it away. And then from the corner, it's a towering header. That's saved by Petit Home without too much trouble down to his right. Well, Bernardez really wants to get his name on the score sheet. He was the one that had the one-on-one opportunity with Petit Home in the first half. Didn't take the chance. Had two more chances there, but was not able to beat the goalkeeper. Now the plot just continues to develop as the seconds tick by, really. Can French Guiana get any sort of control back in the game? And again, the other tough part about this, for those that maybe are just tuning in or need a refresh here, only 3 substitutions available for French Guiana, and only 2 of them are outfield players. So even if Durbano, the head coach, wants to make adjustments, he doesn't have much to work with. Another ball placed across. Again, French Guiana defensively handle the situation. And again, French Guiana can't move it across midfield. They're dispossessed for the umpteenth time. Near side Lopez. Maybe too much of a dilly-dally there from Belize. They're not able to play through that near side, and they have to recycle the attack. .30 minutes to play. Good chest down, maybe get something for Polanco here. Polanco, lovely ball placed in, Polanco follows up. Maybe too many passes on the edge of the penalty area. It's cleared out, but it stays with Belize again. Now, Jordi Polanco, again, you could see where he was trying to go with the ball, but it was such a low percentage opportunity. There were other chances to maybe take on a shot in the middle of his dribbling sequence. Feather touch through the middle here. That was through the middle of two defenders. French Guiana make a bit of a mess of it. And instead of conceding the corner, they do concede a throw. Now Nozil was really out there to be an attacking presence for French Guiana, forced to have to do the dirty work on the defensive end to keep his country in this. That's a good turn towards the penalty area, but not the best of shots from Krishan Lopez. A goal kick for French Guiana and a much-needed reprieve. And again, as the minutes tick by, we're going to be keeping an eye on French Guiana because of the fact that they don't have many substitutes at all to turn to. How is their energy? How is their mental side of the game? Can they hold up under so much pressure here? A goal would really do them the world of good, and they may have a chance at it here. It's blocked out for a corner as the cross was fizzed in there. Belize closed it down well, but now they have a set piece that they have to handle defensively. Nozil to take. This is more his territory. Great ball in. Goes past almost everybody, and then the volley from well outside of the penalty area is well wide. Just to put a pin in that point I mentioned earlier, the other side of that French Guiana fatigue conversation is when Carlos Slusher, the Belize head coach, will begin to bring on some substitutions to get some fresh legs out there and really make life difficult on French Guiana. Maybe in the next 10 minutes or so, we might start to see that play out as well. And with all that being said, it's going to put the pressure on Belize to find a goal here. If they don't, French Guiana will feel that it's all for theirs to take in the second leg. Well, French Guiana only have 3 changes they can make. Only 2 of them are outfield players. Here is the first change of that regard. Agustin Quasiba, he's going to come out. And Jocelyn Antenash is going to come on to take his place. That leaves French Guiana with 2 changes remaining and only 1 outfield player remaining on the bench. But quite literally, it is French Guiana's hour of need. Quasiba out, and Antenash is on. Can Jocelyn Antenash come on and help French Guiana salvage something from the match. Marius Kago, who's a defender, is the only outfield player left on the French Guiana bench tonight. Booming clearance forward by Petit Home. Well, can French Guiana maybe work with this here? It's clipped towards the edge of the penalty area, but they're not able to pick up the pieces. Belize quickly recover, and with 25 minutes plus stoppages to go, Belize will be forced to clear it out of their own penalty area. Remember, the winner over the 2 legs, there's a second leg to be played in 5 days' time, goes to the Gold Cup prelims for 2025's edition of the competition. Belize from League C taking on French Guiana. Started, of course, the competition in League A. Have since been relegated to League B. Belize have a chance here to maybe cross this, and ooh, was there a challenge? Oh, there was, yes, there was contact, and the referee's given a penalty. Krishan Lopez made it happen. French Guiana beside themselves here, not convinced there was enough for the referee to point to the spot. We get the luxury of a second look. Oh, if there was contact, it was a bit of a clip on the boot, on the heel maybe, of Krishan Lopez. Another angle of it. The challenge came in from Colino, and the referee deemed that there was enough contact based on the replay we saw. I think it was on the back heel of Lopez, and Lopez may have made the most of it, but the referee's decision is final. It's a penalty, and a huge chance for Belize to take the lead here. And it's the man we talked about earlier, Carlos Bernardez. He missed the earlier chance in the first half. Bernardez makes amends and gives Belize a priceless lead in this Nations League play-in. At long last, after knocking on the door time and time again, Belize score, and they have the lead. It's 1-0 on the night, and it's 1-0 on aggregate. Carlos Bernardez makes the most of his second chance and gives Belize a massive moment here in Belmopan. They finally have the lead. You could tell that a weight was lifted off of his shoulders. We had a great shot in the first half of Bernardez kind of replaying the miss in his head. You could see that he was really, really frustrated with himself. Well, it's all washed away now. And the French Guiana resistance has been broken. 10 goals now that Belize have scored in the Nations League without conceding. And they'll have a free kick here after a foul is spotted by the referee. A player down here, Carlos Slusher, bit concerned here. Challenge came in on Moises Hernandez. Well, good to see Hernandez back up onto his feet. We're getting down to the last 20 minutes. Well, now, can Belize build on this lead and really make life difficult on French Guiana? Guerra to take. He goes right at goal, and it's a bit wasteful in the end. Don't think he meant to do that. But it's a Belize attack that they might want to have back. Didn't create anything from it. It's going to fall kindly here for French Guiana. And on the challenge, it's going to be a free kick for the visitors here. Concacaf takes it very quickly. Well, not the best of passes there from Concacaf. 10-notch to this near side. Bit of a push and a chase, and it's brilliantly defended. Belize get the goal kick. How about doing it on both ends? Christian Lopez wins the penalty at one end, defends the sequence brilliantly, one-on-one, up the other end. Here's Lopez. Ooh, Lopez is dispossessed. And a collision allows this to open up here for French Guiana. Little looping cross, I think, into the penalty area. Ends up being neither one thing nor the other. Nozil, I think, was trying to pick somebody out. Well, Antonessa, who really hasn't had much of an impact in the second half, was closest to it. But Charles Tillett, who really hasn't been tested since the opening half an hour, gets Belize back onto the ball, although the hosts don't do well with it, and they quickly concede possession back to French Guiana. Ooh, did that hit off an arm? Yes, it did. Good spot by the referee. He was a bit shielded from that. Free kick for French Guiana, and again, the visitors want to get on with it. There's only 18 minutes left for them to find a reply here. Couple of step overs, and on the layoff, it's the substitute. And Tenach sends it soaring into the Belmopan night. Our French Guiana starting to run out of ideas in the attacking third. A lot of time left, that's the good news. Our French Guiana, plenty of time to get back into this. Now that Belize have taken the lead, there's the worry that if they score again, they could start to really take control of the tie. And frankly, they would be pretty deserving of it. Belize have had a multitude of close calls, many in the first half, and then of course, at long last, the penalty conversion from Carlos Bernardes. That ball's going to be clipped into the penalty area. Another Belize opportunity here. It's kept in play. Chance to cross it! Oh! Takes a deflection and goes into the side netting for a corner. Avila again, wreaking havoc. I'm starting to wonder how many deflections this took. Just the one in the end. Just about cleared away. Polanco will step up to take another Belize corner. More good service. Oh, and the leap was a bit too early. The pieces are picked up by Lopez. He clips it back in. Polanco's volley is headed in. And Belize double their delight. 2-0 to the hosts. And there were a couple of candidates for the finishing touch. It looks like Daryl Myvet may very well have finished this off to give Belize a commanding 2-goal cushion. Another look, it's Polanco driving it into the ground. And Myvet celebrates getting the final touch on it. There were two players that were close to it. But Myvet heads it home. And Belize have a 2-goal advantage. What a moment for Daryl Myvet, one of the Verdes FC players who calls the Belmopan FFB Stadium home. He scores a huge goal here for his country on the night. And French Guiana, frankly, have a very, very steep climb left in them if they're going to get back into this now. 2 goals down against a Belize side that haven't conceded in the Nations League yet. Another ball clipped in, this time for French Guiana, but it's going to fly out of play. Now remember, because of group stage play, French Guiana got relegated to League B. Belize got promoted back to League B. So we could see this matchup play out again in next season's Nations League. Should make a note of that. But at the moment, it's the fans here in Belmopan who are the happier of the two involved here. Hoping to take a 2-goal lead. Who knows? Maybe more. There's still 13 minutes left to really increase their chances. And French Guiana, who didn't have a full complement of resources with them tonight, is probably wishing they did right now. But here's a takeaway. Van KZ, a little give and go, and the shot is blocked. Out it goes for a corner. Things can change quickly. That was a lovely bit of interplay. Nozil and Van KZ going back and forth. Another French Guiana set piece to come. Clever build-up. What can they do from the set piece? Van KZ, the captain, to take charge. In it comes, and it's volleyed centrally, cleared away by Polanco. Further sent upfield, and Belize could break here in transition. Chance to make it 3-0 here. Oh, and the goalkeeper saves it. Petit home. Keeps French Guiana just about in and on the night. Another look. Avila, he's trying to get on the score sheet himself. And I think it was Bernardes who was waiting in the middle. Petit Home is able to make the stop and just about keep French Guiana afloat. Now Belize can really sense an opportunity here. Another goal, and they'll be the team in pole position going into the second leg if they aren't already. They've been excellent again tonight in the Concacaf Nations League. And then for those who've been following along, you'll be well aware of this. It could be more. Belize had 3 or 4 other really good chances in the first half. Well, they've cashed in on 2 here in the second half. Ooh, lovely step over here. Another cut in field. Belize are really starting to strut their stuff more and more. Confidence is growing. Near side, Krishan Lopez. Lopez looking for the angle. Little back heel. And the cross into the middle is going to be gobbled up by the goalkeeper, Petit Home. Petit Home continues to try his best here to keep French Guiana, and he's dealt with a couple of injury moments, possible cramps throughout the game as well. Oh, and Carlos Slusher might be getting a change prepared here. We'll get to that in a moment. 10 minutes plus stoppages remaining here. Does French Guiana have a comeback in them here? The visitors could make one more outfield change. The only problem is the last outfield player remaining is a defender, not what they need right now. Belize are able to clear this towards midfield. Looks like Belize are going to make a change at the next stoppage. Good switch of play onto this near side. It's kept alive. Nozil's ball into the penalty area. He's flicked away. French Guiana will get a throw in. As we mentioned, the hosts are getting a change prepared here. Moises Hernandez, who was dealing with a bit of an injury knock earlier, he will come out. And Andir Chi will take his place. And that last change that French Guiana can make as far as the outfield players are concerned will happen here. Steve Alonso-Essa is going to come out. Marius Cago, he's going to enter. That's the last change French Guiana can make involving outfield players tonight. The last player remaining on the French Guiana bench is their backup goalkeeper, Moneward Joseph. Oh, lovely bit of skill on the far side. But the sliding challenge stifles it there. But French Guiana are not able to move it forward. I think the most impressive part about this performance so far for Belize, they've absolutely dominated in the midfield. I don't think many saw that coming when this matchup was put together. Another challenge comes in there. It's on the fringe of the penalty area with the referee spots nothing wrong. It's a goal kick. The goals for those just joining us, a big penalty conversion, Carlos Bernardez. And then a second goal, not far after that, looked like it was Daryl Maivat who got the touch onto that to make it 2-0. That's where we stand right now. And again, if it holds, Belize will have this advantage to take with them to Suriname next week for the second leg, November 19th. And that'll be when we fully decide who moves on to the Gold Cup prelims. It's been over a decade since Belize were last at a Gold Cup proper. Some of their fans will start to believe, will start to dream that they could get back there in 2025. Ball's clipped up ahead. Well, French Guiana starting to run low on time here and maybe starting to run low on energy. But as soon as I say that, here comes their chance, and the pass is played behind. That was their best chance of the half. Can Belize punish them at the other end? And not quite this time. That's going to roll out for a throw-in to Belize. 5 minutes in stoppages remaining. And Belize now will make another substitution. Horace Avila, who's been wonderful tonight, he's going to come out. Gabriel Ramos will take his place in a standing O. For Avila, as he leaves us, he brought the energy, brought the creativity throughout most of the evening. His night ends here. Fresh legs of Ramos will hope to get this over the line in the first leg. Again, the other amazing stat, and we mentioned it already, 11 goals without reply for Belize in the Nations League. Not many teams can strut that. Just saw a recap of the goals there. They were about 8 minutes apart. 4 minutes left of the 90. Chance to cut in field here. Was there a little bit of a push there? The fans here were looking for a foul. Referee allows play to continue. Little layoff on the edge of the penalty area. Could open up here for a shot. Ooh, but there was a little bit of a trip in the middle of that sequence. And French Guiana will get the decision. It's a free kick. It was a lovely little layoff. Ooh, and it was actually the substitute under Chi commits the foul. Oh, Belize continuing to not give an inch in the midfield. Referee does not give a foul there. Play continues. Was a bit of a heavy tackle. But again, just see what the game plan was for Belize in the middle of the park. We get the ball. No matter what, win the ball. And, well, as you can see by the scoreline, if they do that, they'll have a good chance of winning the game, and they're on course for that. Polanco's challenge, and then, well, Andir Chi, again, heavily involved in every sense of the word. French Guiana have it back in possession, running low on time. Even one goal from the visitors could completely change the complexion of a second leg in just 5 days' time. And Tenach. Colino centrally. And Tenach is just going to flare this into the penalty area. Oh, it's headed down for a chance here! Oh, and it's wide. Well, how quickly things can change. That was another huge opportunity for French Guiana. I wonder if it came off the outside of the post or if it just went straight off the advertising board. Either way, it was a close call. And now Van Kaziel from the corner. No one able to get a touch onto it. A quick spinning cross back into the middle is headed down. And Belize are just about able to clear it. Wow. How can French Guiana provide a late surge here to help themselves out in the second leg? Colino. Colino's ball into the penalty area is punched away by Tillett. Then a volley back in. He's cleared away. And that brings us into the 90th minute. Are we going to see a late flurry from French Guiana here down the stretch? Also, how much stoppage time is there going to be? The visitors hope at least a few minutes. especially if they're just starting to gain a little bit of late life here. Well, Belize are going to bring on a couple more changes. Jordi Polanco will come out. Raymond Ramos will take his place. Polanco was excellent again tonight. The other change is going to see Renee Leslie come on. And both players who are exiting are going to get a standing ovation from the wonderful crowd here in the capital city. It's Bernardez who's coming out on the second change, the goal scorer. And as you can see by the fourth official, doing great job working the board there. 4 added minutes to go. Last time minutes remaining on there as well. Can Belize hold on or extend their lead down the stretch here? They try to play their way through. That was Leslie. And, there is going to be a foul. Handball. Fans were all on top of it. And Belize will get a set piece in some prime real estate here with 3 minutes left. Another look. Oh, it is the shirt line. It was very, very quick. Tough to tell exactly where that hit off of. Yanumu, I believe, was the defender there who saw it bounce off of his arm. Well, it's going to be a set-piece chance here for Belize to really stamp their authority on this play-in tie. Guerra is going to let it fly. And Petit Home makes a comfortable save in the end. Well, Najib Guerra beat the wall. Not quite able to beat the goalkeeper. Good attempt. This time French Guiana win the ball back in the midfield. They have a few numbers forward here as well. Good step over, and the shot is saved. Charles Tillett comes to Belize's rescue to keep their clean sheet, not just on the night, but in the competition intact. That's the best French Guiana chance, maybe of the whole night. Wonderful surging run, and it leads to a set-piece opportunity. That was Nozil with a head of steam. From the corner, it's in! French Guiana finds some late life. Thomas Torvik makes it 2-1 in the final seconds. It might not save the result on the night, but it could save the result on aggregate. That's a huge late moment. French Guiana have been through all the adversity tonight, but they get maybe the last big moment of the night. How important could that goal turn out to be in just 5 days' time? Oh, Leslie up the other end! Has his shot saved by Petit Home. It's out for a corner. Oh! It nearly all unraveled for French Guiana seconds after they got some late life. Well, Belize will get a late corner. Is there enough time to take it? It looks like there is. Can they reestablish their 2-goal advantage? It's going to be sent towards Leslie. Leslie's got to get the ball back into the penalty area, I should say, and he cannot do so. Full time in Belmopan. Now, it was a brilliant Belize performance throughout most of the night, I must say. They were the better team pretty much throughout. However, French Guiana pick up a huge late goal here. It's the first goal Belize have conceded in the tournament. And it could be the goal that gives them big amounts of hope going into the second leg in Suriname next week. Thomas Torvik, with a late stoppage time goal, has put it back on a knife edge going into the second leg. And you can tell by some of the Belize reactions how important that late French Guiana goal could turn out to be. Now, the visitors went through so much adversity tonight. They did the heavy lifting defensively, gave up a penalty that was converted into a goal, gave up a second goal off a header from a set piece, and could have given up more. There were other opportunities for Belize to really put this to bed going into the second leg. But you have to give French Guiana bucket loads of credit for staying with it. They only had 2 outfield players available as far as substitutions were concerned, but they stay very much alive in this play-in round in the Concacaf Nations League. They might have lost it on the night, but that late goal from Torvik in stoppage time gives them real belief and hope going into a second leg next week. The fans here, rightly so, are giving their country a standing ovation. They were the better team tonight for a vast majority of the game. Can't take that away from Belize, but they've left the door ajar going into the second leg. And that is why French Guiana also deserve a tip of the cap tonight. Let's take you through the full-time highlights before we leave you for the evening. Remember, it's a Concacaf Nations League play-in first leg with a spot in the Gold Cup prelims going to the winner over 2 legs. Still have that second leg to come in 5 days' time in Suriname. And again, first half, I must say, no goals, but a ton of chances, including this opportunity that was spurned wide by Bernardes. Then Avila picks up his head, places the ball back across. Nobody in a white shirt committed and was able to get on the end of it. One of the better French Guiana first half chances. Alan Toessa taking a shot on target, not able to make the most of it. But Bernardes here, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, missed the chance. That was the opportunity we were talking about earlier that he was trying to make amends for. Avila right in the thick of it as well. He missed an opportunity there. Then the second half, Christian Lopez clipped just ever so slightly by Colino. Penalty given to Belize here in the 66th minute. And how fitting was it? Carlos Bernardes, after Christian Lopez, another look at it, wins the penalty. Bernardes would be the one selected to step up and take the spot kick for Belize. And he made no mistake, making amends for the earlier misses. He gave Belize a richly, I should say, deserved opening goal. Then the second goal, Daryl Maivet getting his head onto it to make it 2-0 to Belize after Jordi Polanco volleyed it into the ground. Maivet is the one that celebrates the second goal of the night, and that made it 2-0 to Belize, and they were cruising at that point. But I must say, French Guiana found some late life. Incredible resolve and resilience from them. They had a multitude of late opportunities to try and find something, and it would prove to be fruitful in the end. Here's some of the close calls, but now the goal. Thomas Torvik off the great feed from the captain, Van Kazeel. It's a wonderful header, and it's a header that puts French Guiana right back in the tie going into Suriname's second leg. Belize nearly made it 3-1 at the very end, but that is how it finishes in this Nations League play-in first leg. Wonderful occasion here tonight as we look at the full-time match stats. Again, Belize were the better team, and the result just about reflects that. But the late goal from French Guiana puts them back in business for the second leg, which will be played in Paramaribo, Suriname in just 5 days' time. You want to tune into that. This is still very much on a knife edge in this Nations League play-in. We say goodnight for now from Belmopan. For our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. It finishes after the first leg in the play-in round. Belize 2, French Guiana 1.